Hey everybody, we are live once again at AthleteCon 3.0 and we're here with the StreamU. So right now I'm Janell Fitzgerald, I'm your host, and I'm here with Brandon Dwyer. He wants to give some more insight. Let's get to know who you are again. Let's figure out exactly how AthleteCon's treated you, all of the things. So first of all, how are you?
I'm great. I'm very happy to be here. It's been a very busy 3 days, but we have an exciting event tonight that I think everyone's really looking forward to.
Yeah, what is that event? Do you know?
It's the pink carpet. It's the Athlete Awards. Get to dress up. I mean, I can't remember the last time I wore a suit, so I'm really excited to wear a suit tonight.
Where'd you get your suit from?
I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. It's like Mancino.
Okay.
I'm probably saying that wrong.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know, but whatever brand it was, very nice. Haven't tried it on yet, so I'm a little bit worried about that, but that's a problem for about an hour from now.
Okay. Hey, I love it. If you love it, I love it, right? If you like it, I love it. Isn't that what they say?
Absolutely.
Okay. So what exactly are you looking forward to for tonight? Like, did you do any of the challenges? How is the atmosphere? What does it feel like?
I'm just excited to mingle with everyone.
Yeah.
Because I see all these athletes on my socials all the time.
Yeah.
And I've never met really any of them due to like athletic schedules and not being able to travel much.
Yeah.
But now that I can actually meet these people in person, get to know what they're like in real life, not just have, send DMs of each other or text each other. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Is there anybody in particular that you're like, dang, I can't believe that we met this get-go?
I think a couple people, but the one that stands out is my boy Reggie.
Okay.
Because he's doing a series called The Road to One Tackle, which he literally told me was inspired off of my series, The Road to One Point. So it was really cool to see him in person, meet him, and kind of pick his brain a little bit and see what he liked about my thing and how he changed it to his story and how he adapted it. So that's been a really cool experience.
Isn't that kind of crazy how like everyone actually does, like, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you're copying my series. Like there's this whole thing right now about, or they're like, oh my gosh, you should sue about the 4 and the 5. So it's a girls series and they're basically 4 girls living in a city called the 5. I can't even remember right now, but I think that there should be like, y'all are comfortable enough to be like, oh, well, why wouldn't you piggyback on somebody else's content? Like, if you're creating, and I feel like everyone is their own individual, but you're also able to inspire each other instead of taking it for granted,
Yeah, definitely. Like, if I see someone that tells me that I inspire them to make content or this video inspired them to create their own video, or like in Reggie's case with his series, I take that as an amazing and a compliment.
Yeah.
Because clearly they like what I'm doing, and then they like it so much that they're making something and creating something based off of what I did.
Yeah.
That's the highest level of compliment I think you can get as a creator.
Yeah. Do you think that you take inspiration from anybody in particular?
Oh, I mean, I take inspiration from anything. Like if there's anything that I find myself that I sat down and watched, whether it's short form, whether it's anything to do with sports or not, whether it's a long form video, if I watch that video, I'll think back to myself, why did I watch that? What was entertaining about it? I mean, a lot of my For You page is cats, like watching cats.
Yeah.
Like the cats talk, which is like, I don't know, probably didn't expect that. But why did I watch that? And I'll think, how did that keep my attention the whole time? And how can I adapt that retention style to my type of content?
What do you think your attention span is?
Horrible. Really bad. Like, I wish it was better.
I feel like a lot of people have that same mentality, like, dang, I really look on my watch, like my screen time. I'm like, dang, I was on my phone for a long time, but I can't remember anything that I just watched.
Nothing.
Blank. Okay, so what do you think helps you with that? What do you think if you were to give, just honestly, because your content's amazing, right?
You.
And so what kind of tips would you give to any other creator trying to grow their watch time?
I think the number one thing is authenticity. I think it's very obvious to see who's playing a character and who's not being themselves.
Yeah.
And if you're being your true authentic self, people will follow you for that. But if you're playing a character, I have found either one of two things happen. Either you get sick of playing that character and you stop doing it. So now the audience that you built based upon that character is confused on what's going on about why you aren't like that anymore. Or people see through it and they don't want to follow you. So I think just be authentic to yourself and make what you want to make. I know both of those are so like simple, but I really do think those matter so much that if you are who you are on the internet and you do what you like to do and post about what you like to do, that will make a world of difference.
And I kind of like relate that to artists, if you will. So like a lot of people give a lot of crap to like, I don't know, like Justin Bieber, for example. Justin Bieber's changed styles and Chris Brown's changed styles so many different times, but there's still a large audience. Like they still have a consistent fan base because their hits, their fans connect with who they are versus rather than only the music that they make, right? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter what kind of style they do. Same with Drake. Then they're just moving around. Michael Jackson, for example. But whenever you go all the way to somebody else and they're like, wow, that's like not your style of music, mm-hmm. then they're really confused because they only relate it to you because of your music. I feel like that's super relatable and easy to pair up with being a creator.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So how do you stay true to yourself? And who's Brandon Dwyer, and why should your audience and your fan base connect with you rather than the content that you make?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one thing that I pride myself on when I post videos is, like I mentioned earlier, being authentic to myself.
Yeah.
And a major example that I did with that, and a lot of the reason why I was able to gain a pretty solid following, mm-hmm. is because I talked about my basketball career in a very open and honest way. If you don't know me, played college basketball for 5 years. It took me 4 seasons to score a single point. I played, I think, 13 total minutes in 5 years. And I started a series after my sophomore year called The Road to 1 Point, where I was on the road to score my first point. And I think because I was so open and honest about that allowed people to relate to me and want to watch me on this journey, whether they were hate watching or watching to see if I would score or not. And if I got into the game, I'd post about I got into the game. If I didn't play, I'd post about how I didn't play. If I got in and missed, I didn't want to at all, but I would post about how I'd got in and missed. And I think just because I was very brutally honest about myself on the internet and my experience, that people followed that.
Yeah. What do you think that helped your mental or hurt your mental?
I think it totally helped my mental.
How do you think so?
Because if I was going on the internet and putting up a facade that I was a starter, I don't even know how I would lie about that. It was like one Google search and you could figure that out that I wasn't. But if I was putting up this wall and this face that I was this elite college basketball player, I think that would hurt my mentals more because now I'm gaining a following off of something that I'm not.
Yeah.
So I think because I was so open and honest about, who I am and what I do, that it really helped my mentals. That sure, everyone gets hate comments. That's normal with posting on the internet.
Yeah.
But there were so many people supporting me on my journey that helped me a lot mentally. That there was a lot of people backing me.
Yeah, I feel like I can't say that word.
That's all right. I don't know how I haven't messed it up yet.
Authenticity helps a lot of people understand themselves, not even just as a athlete, but like as a creator, as a person, because it's really easy to get stuck in the same motion of, I'm going to practice every day. I'm doing XYZ every single day. Like I have a very, very, very strong opinion, or that's just my belief, is that you are more than an athlete. You are you. You're Brandon Dwyer, and you are a son. Or you are Brandon Dwyer. You are not only a son. You are not only an athlete. So I feel like that's, if I were to give any athlete or anybody, any person, just any word of advice, keep being who you are and figure out who you are and what you like to do. Mm-hmm. So then you can, you've done, grow, post it, and now you have an audience. You have a fan base. You don't just have an audience. You have a fan base who actually connect with you, and that's really inspiring. And that's you affect so many people. How does that make you feel? Do you feel like it's a weight on your shoulders at all?
Yes and no. I think it's a good weight though.
Yeah.
Because I really like my fans. I think my fans are hilarious.
Yeah.
The amount of videos that I've taken from comments from fans, whether positive or negative, has been a decent percentage of the content that I make. Like the Road to 1 Point, that whole slogan, that was a hate comment. Mm-hmm. There was some dude saying, "Oh, you're on the road to 1 point," LOL, with the laughing emoji or whatever. And I've read that and thought, that's genius. I'm taking that. That's a great idea. Thanks. I don't know who. I wish I had that comment. I don't have that comment anymore. But it was probably some little elementary school kid that saw that and commented that, and he has no idea, or she has no idea, how much that little comment changed my life.
Yeah. So that's actually super inspiring. Like you took one thing and just you went on a road and you did exactly what you've done now. And you've made like, how do you feel about just, because you're a full-time content creator, like, does that scare you at all?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I think anyone that says that doesn't scare them is lying. Like, I think that should scare you because it's such an up and down employment. Like some months you have great months engagement wise, some months you have bad engagement. Some days you're making a nice brand deal, the other day the brand rejects you. So it's very like this. But I think that's also the fun of it, that my manager, I can get an email that completely changed the whole trajectory of that day or that next week for me or that next month for me, or I could not. So I really like waking up and I truly don't know what I'm gonna do that day. And I really have enjoyed that.
The freedom.
Yeah.
And so whenever it comes to just looking back on anything that you've done and anything that you're looking forward to like doing, I know you had already talked about you were gonna go, well, whenever it was March, you were about to do something, or you had just come back from something, right?
In March?
March Madness?
Yeah, so just the Final Four.
Yeah, and so March Madness, that happened, and you were looking forward to some trip, right?
Oh yeah, so I was at March Madness. Meta took me out there in Threads, and that was an unbelievable experience. Then I went to Coachella with a couple other influencer friends and my management. Went home, ran a marathon. I don't know how I did that. Like, I'm probably never gonna do that again, if I'm being honest. That was not. I don't even know how I finished that. After that, went to finish school, got my MBA at FGCU, and then I was just in Asia for the last month. So I've been moving around a lot, but that comes with what you said, with the freedom of being a content creator. Like if you have a 9 to 5, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
And I just think back to when I first posted my first video 3.5 months ago. Not 3.5 months ago. I wish it was that soon. I wish I grew that fast, but 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That if I never did that, what would I be doing right now?
Exactly.
And how many experiences would I would have missed out on? So if you're an aspiring content creator, and if you haven't posted your first video, but you really want to, because you're afraid that your friends might make fun of you, or your teammates, or your parents, or your coaches, or whoever, people in your life, hit post. It doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter, because all those people that initially start off making fun of you and joking at you and saying whatever about you, eventually all ask, how did you do it? So I think that's been really cool to see, like that transformation from people being like, oh, why are you wasting your time making these videos, to now it's, how did you do this? What do you do? Like, what's your day to day? How did you learn how to do this? So that's been really cool to see.
Yeah, I think that's super cool. You've had way more experiences than most people in this world, right? And you're gonna keep growing that, and you're gonna keep doing that. So what would you say has been the most just moment of just realization for you? Like what did it take, and it just said like, wow, this is my life?
I'll give you two. I think one of them's like super obvious, but I'll talk about that one anyway.
Okay.
The day when I scored my first point, and that entire sequence of events where we're up 12 at halftime. We're playing an NAIA school, and we're supposed to, on paper, blow them out, and we weren't blowing them out. And the guys in the locker room weren't talking about the game. They were talking about how we need to blow this team out so I can get in the game. So that was nuts. And then I eventually sub in, we blow them out, scored my first point, and just the reaction on the internet, the reaction from my coaches, the reaction from the fans, the reaction from my teammates was, I couldn't even like drawn it up or scripted it any better. Like that was a moment of like, wow, all this because I made a single right wing 3-pointer. Like that was a really, really cool experience. And the second one was probably when we were at Illinois University, and they made the Final Four this year, and they were a really, really stacked team, and they ended up beating us, and they were up by a good amount at the end of the game. And it's a media timeout. We're in the media timeout. I haven't played a single minute in the game, and I hear the entire arena starts chanting, "We want Brandon." And that was just such a surreal moment for me that I haven't touched the floor, and the entire Illinois arena is wanting me to go in the game. Now, granted, I wish it was the other way around where we were beating them by a lot, not down by a lot, but that was a real, when you're a kid, you always dream about an arena, like screaming your name, chanting your name. Granted, wasn't how I thought it would be. Like, I thought maybe I'd be the guy at the free throw line when I'm a kid and they're chanting like MVP, not, we want Brandon because I haven't touched the floor in the whole game, but that was a real eye-opening moment for me.
That's amazing. I feel like there's a lot of people that don't really understand the influence that social media really does have on your life, and I think that you've experienced that firsthand.
Absolutely.
So, as far as like you just said, the influence, you had never touched the floor. You had not touched the floor, and everybody's yelling your name. And that's solely based on the influence that you've had on all of these people because of social media. Like, you truly have used socials as your tool, and you've gone and you've grabbed it by the neck and you've just made it your own, right? So, what are your thoughts on universities not using their athletes as the asset that they are, truthfully? And then vice versa, athletes not using their university in the way that they should be using their university.
I think both parties, if they're not using each other, are completely missing out on something that could be really, really powerful and bring a lot of buzz and revenue and people to the games, no matter what your sport is. Because FGCU, I mean, we're a Division I school, we're in the Atlantic Sun, but we're not in the SEC, we're not in the ACC, we're not in the Big 12, we're in a smaller Division I conference. And by me posting on social media, always in their jersey, always at the game, always in the gym, always traveling, this is like the first time you ever wouldn't see me in FGCU, and that's just because I'm no longer playing for the university. But ask anyone, all I wore was FGCU at all times. So I'm just a walking billboard for that university and for everything about the university, not just the sports program, but just the university as a whole. And I would meet incoming freshmen or people around campus, and there was a decent amount of people that would come up to me and say, I found out about this school and applied to the school and ended up coming here because I saw your videos. And that was just, I'm like, man, that's so cool. That's really cool.
Like I said, impact. That's the big word here. I feel a lot of people have a lot more influence and impact than they really give themselves credit for, and you've learned how to use that to your advantage, and I think that's healthy. I think that's so special.
Well, thank you.
I think that I also, like, I've been out of college for a little bit now, but I still go to I played volleyball at Texas State, so I still go back to my camps year in, year out, and I'm still on the posters. And I'm like, how is this happening? But it's the exact same thing, social media. The power of socials can really change your life, and you are doing just that. So what a blessing that is.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, I'm very lucky. Just hit the algorithm at the right time, I guess.
What do you think about the algorithm? All of the new things, like, what do you think? Because I feel like, honestly, socials are just changing to be more raw. Like, I've noticed that with Instagram, like instants coming out, with Snapchat using like public profile and actually showcasing you as an actual person. Like, there's so many different ways that you can be raw and authentic streaming. I mean, like, people are really tuning in and like interested in other people's lives from a different perspective than it has been before. So what are your thoughts on that? Like, I mean, we're streaming, and I mean, it's different than content creation, really. Like, content creation and streaming, two totally different worlds. But like, if you can learn how to do both, then you are golden.
I think people, it all comes back to authenticity. I think people just want to know who they're talking to. They want to know who they're following. And with social platforms gearing more towards authenticity and who is this person actually, that's why authenticity is so important. So I like that it's doing that. So you can just be yourself. And people either like you or they don't. And it just comes down to that. Like, not everyone likes me. I know that. I get a lot of hate comments, but that's fine, because there's a lot of people that do like what I do and did like my story and want to keep up with what I'm doing.
So if there's one thing that you want people to know about you as Brandon Dwyer, and not the creator, not the athlete, Brandon Dwyer, what is that?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think I'll give I don't know if it's a cliche answer, but I just like to have fun. Like, I just like to wake up every day and just have fun. Like, if I can smile all day and if I can just do the things that I like to do, and I'm blessed enough to where I can make content for a living and travel around and do all that stuff, then I'm good. You know, I just like to have fun. I like to try new things, and like this, I've never really streamed before, so this is new for me, and never been to Vegas before, first time in Vegas, so I just like trying new things.
Amazing. I think that's amazing. Okay, cool. Well, if you, one more piece of advice or anything you want to say to the chat before we head out.
Well, Thank you guys. It's been fun. Last piece of advice I'd say, besides being authentic to who you are on socials, is consistency matters. Post every day. Even if you don't like the idea, hit post. You don't never know how it could do.
Go ahead. It's your turn. Put it in your court. So thank you so much, Brandon. Thanks for coming along on this journey with us. You've seen one of our first streams, and now you're on this. We're in Las Vegas now.
Yeah.
First time we were in Indy, now we're in Vegas. You never know where the world's gonna take us. So make sure you hit follow and subscribe on @StreamU on all socials. That's Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Twitch. And make sure you follow us along for whatever's next. Bye, y'all.
All right. Thank you.